because that is material to what you're trying to achieve. If you're asking them how many times they would be likely to use that in a year, you can ask that in numbers or ranges, 0, 1, 2, but after 2 it's combined things, 3, 4, 5, 6 and stuff. Because at that point they have no idea whether they're going to do it 7 times or 8 times. But 7 or 8, maybe it's easier for them to make a decision. So in that off-campus distance, or you could combine the whole thing, you could actually do this. Because people like, let me actually delete this question. And we're gonna make this multiple choice, okay? Option 1, I live on campus, okay? If they live on campus, they're not gonna answer the rest anyway, right? "5 minutes away." Remember, some people don't always drive. I mean, I drive this semester because I have already paid for parking until December 15th, so I might as well use it. But I live less than 10 minutes walk away. In the second semester, I'm gonna walk to work. But right now, I live 2 minutes away, but I'm gonna be living 10, 15 minutes away, depending upon the weather. Huh? Unfortunately. When I first came here, that wasn't the case. When the first Bevin budget cuts started, they started charging us. Now, I think I'm paying $165 a year. I can afford it. That's not the big deal. It just pisses me off that they're nickel and diming us. Exactly. I mean, I understand. In UK, it's an urban campus in a bigger city. So the real estate is expensive. Here, if you wanted to expand the parking, there's lots of that space behind the Center for Arts. You can extend it. Anyway, 5 minutes away, 10 minutes away. You get the idea. You could put as many options as you want, or you could put in miles. And obviously make that required because that is essential to what you're gonna do. Oh. You're gonna add a question. Off-campus satisfaction. And this is linear scale. Yeah. It's from 1 to 5, okay? And 1 being very unsatisfied or extremely unsatisfied. 5 being very satisfied. And if you check how this looks, this is what they're gonna see, all right? This is a lot easier to relate for survey respondents instead of asking them, even if you ask number from 1 to 5. This basically says, okay, I'm gonna pick something. So 3 means I'm in the middle. 2 means I am unsatisfied, but it doesn't kill me. 5 means, I'm in heaven. 4 means I feel good, but I could do better. Think of it that way. Or you could actually make those into choices. For example, let me do an alternative question to this. Multiple choice. You can actually write it. Very unsatisfied. I live in a pigsty. Communicate it on what that means. Again, never assume that your survey respondents understand the question as you do. The purpose of this good surveys design is to elicit the most clear response. And the key to that is for them to understand what you're trying to get. Control C. Unsatisfied. If I don't do something about it, it will be a pigsty. You pick your own thing. I mean, nah. Everybody knows what that means. Okay? Neutral. Satisfied, but there is room for improvement. Very satisfied. I am in heaven. As we say in Turkish, drop honey to the floor. And you can lick it. That's the expression in Turkish for very clean house. Now this question looks like this. So it's just different forms of asking the same question. This is a little bit better on a on-screen survey because it takes less space vertically. So you can ask a lot more of those. Actually, if you had many questions that you're going to ask that are of similar nature, you could have done something like this. Let's add another question. Multiple choice grid, okay? Row 1. Off-campus satisfaction. Traffic. I'm just making up those. Romance. Finances. Column 1 is very unsatisfied. Neural or neutral. Why can't I pick that one? Huh? Oh, okay. I should have said unsatisfied. Thank you. Somebody's actually paying attention. That's actually one of my pet peeves as a professor. In certain classes, especially intro classes, sometimes I make a simple mistake on purpose, just to see if they're paying attention. And more often than not, they are not. Huh?
What about that? Map makers will put fake towns on maps and
Yeah.
know that they're fake towns.
Yeah. This is what it would look like. For example, have you guys ever done Jeopardy in my basic finance class? I haven't done that for a while. I started doing it this semester. Students need to enter some stuff. For example, they pick their name. We have a board like this. And one of the group members picks a question and they give an answer. Then we reveal the correct answer. Most of the class has to do the following. Do you agree with the contestant answer? Disagree, or they could be challenging them. If they challenge, they have to give their own correct answer. Once they're done, I make this optional for them. But I kind of want to know what they thought. Question was difficult, they were prepared, question was instructive. It's kind of feedback to me. And dividing this into 3 different questions is going to bore them. But here, they could easily do the following and hit submit. That's it. So whenever you have related questions where you could reasonably attach the same kind of labels in terms of scale, just put them together. Because a survey that takes 30 minutes versus a survey that takes only 10 minutes, you're bound to get more accurate answers from the shorter surveys. Sometimes, you can have a lot of content, but still make it easier to fill. Okay, let's go back. Okay, why are you asking that number for? You guys, the campus butlers? I mean, I don't mind that you're asking it, but what does that add to you? You always, whenever you ask any question in a survey, ask, what do I gain from this question for my purposes?
Sit on the floor.
Huh? Oh, I'm sorry, I haven't undone the PowerPoint. Okay.
What'd you say?
What are you trying to learn from that question?
So, when this survey was set up, I think they wanted to change plans and move towards, some firm that offered a unique form of housing. And so when we asked that question, we were trying to ask questions about what would be low for and a separate and a different kind of housing on campus.
But how is that related to your business?
Because business was to develop.
It was to
Don't know
develop
how this-
off-campus living situations like the Lex or something in Lexington.
Okay.
Buffer.
Okay.
And,
I mean, you may, because when you ask this question as a survey taker, I'm going to have the same response. Why are they asking?